Good evening, folks. It's time for some ozfortress playoffs action. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Dreamboat. Some of you may remember me. I've been a member of many organizations over the years, but I think at this point we can officially say that CappingTV is just my home. It's been where I spent the majority of my casting time. And it's always a pleasure and an honor to be back here. So shout out Mitch for bringing me back as warm-up for my baseball season. And I'm joined by Little Bit. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm like the complete opposite. I'm just getting into this stuff. Just getting into casting.
Well, hey, everybody's got to start somewhere. I remember starting, we're looking... this is gonna make me sound old here. We're looking 11 years ago, back for EVL TV, 10 years ago, coming up on 11. So, we all start somewhere, sometime. And speaking of starts, we are in the start of playoffs, early stages of this bracket here, as Mitch has been generous and pulled up the graphic for us. So, you want to take a walk through this bracket for me?
So just in this elimination final, we've got Triple N versus Blue Eyes White Dragon. Now this is do or die for both teams. If they don't make it through this match, they won't be their playoffs will end. Now we just saw BLG SMS playoff, and now the winner of this match will play against SMS in the semifinals.
So gotta see who's gonna get a hot date with SMS, and who's gonna be sent home crying, because there's nothing you want after a long, grueling regular season to get to the playoff picture and find yourself eliminated early on here. So I'm expecting that this is gonna be an absolute duel, and the biggest thing is what you really start to see in these playoff matches is the stakes get higher. The pressure starts to settle in on these teams, and you really see what these guys are made of. Take me down now through these lineups. We'll start with NNN.
All right, now on the side of NNN for combo, we have Pregame. On flank scout, we have Wergi. Pocket soldier, we have Unsu. Roma, we have Typo. Demo, Trev. And medic, we have Goggin. Now, on the side of Blue Eyes White Dragon, we have Braden on the combo, Sam on the flank, Stam on the pocket soldier, Homer on the Roma, Campbell on the demo, and Conflux on the mid to round that roster out.
Good looking teams. Do you have a favorite so far? Who are you feeling?
I'm feeling Triple N. Now, Triple N, I know a few of the players. I've seen them play before, casted one of their matches, and their DM is amazing. I think they're going to do extremely well on this map. This match.
I'm feeling good about Blue Eyes White Dragon, though. The Bude. And you can see what the maps we're starting out on here. It's going to be Process first. And with Process, it's the staple. It feels like everybody loves this map. I feel like I feel like you rarely see teams ban it, and if they do ban it, you don't see them ban it early. It's just such a good map, and it feels right for playoffs to be here on an El Clasico.
Now, another thing about Process is that in the regular season, Triple N did indeed 5-0 Blue Eyes White Dragon on Process. So can Blue Eyes White Dragon bring that back? Now, for our second for the Blue Eyes White Dragon pick, we have Snakewater. Also one of those, it's maybe less picked than Process, but a pretty default map as well. Definitely going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, vintage TF2 maps from map 1 and 2. And the thing is, 5-0 in a regular season is meaningful, yes. But the thing I'm really intrigued by is how much do you learn from that? It's an opportunity where you've seen what's kind of come out of both teams for this playoff matchup. Like, they put all the cards on the table in the regular season. Maybe. You'd think if you got 5-0, they put a lot of the cards on the table at least. So now you're seeing what have you learned? What have you picked up after that time so that you can step in here and deliver a grade A performance in playoffs and maybe not be 5-0'd, but maybe in fact actually steal their map pick.
Yeah.
But I see that we've got 12 players in the server, so we are getting closer, gearing up for our chance to get into this game and get underway here in playoffs. Can you believe that it's already playoff time? I certainly can't.
Yep, it's gonna be a very interesting one. I think these teams definitely improved a lot, especially Blue Eyes White Dragon. I think they're gonna be able to maybe bring it back on this process, but I'm still rooting for that triple N.
We'll see how things shake up. And I mean, we got to give a shout out here to Sam on Scout. Incredible player. I think that's going to be really the key for Blue Eyes White Dragon is how strong can Sam deliver. Got a good supporting caster right behind him, so it's not a one-man show by any means. But that's, I think, the player I'm most excited to see how they step up with the pressure of playoffs, especially since they've been around for so long. Now, moments away, waiting for that official ready up to get us going. And we should be just less than a minute away from that start time. I want you to rattle off a quick prediction for me. And I want two predictions here a little bit. I want prediction number 1, what's the series score? I want prediction number 2, what's this map score?
Series score, 2-1 to triple N. Map score, I'm going to say 5-2 to also triple N. I think Blue Eyes is going to pull back a few rounds, but triple N will round it out in the end.
You know, I think we are going 3 maps as well. I'm taking Blue Eyes White Dragon with the 2-1. And I'm going to say that they do just fall short on this. But I think it's going to be a little bit tighter scoring. I'm going to go 3-2 triple N here on process. We'll see who's right. We'll see who's wrong. I'm just going off vibes. I will fully admit I'm more a baseball commentator at this point than I am a Team Fortress 2 guy. I'll be honest, I haven't thoroughly dove into either of these teams. You pulled out that 5-0 stat. I didn't know that stat coming in. So I'm predicting solely off one of the most important things in gaming, vibes. And we'll see how the vibes are here. As we are live, it's time to go. It's ozfortress playoff action here live on CappingTV. Take me through this first mid-fight.
Right, demos arrive at a similar time, but Homer trying to go for a fast bomb, doesn't manage to find anything. Wiggy taking the height, gonna be bullied off. This is like a pretty even mid for now. Brayden back on the height. Scouts looks like Blue Eyes White Dragon taking this height. Triple N on the back foot here, but they've slowly been taking it back. No kills, but Wiggy manages to find Brayden out of the blue on the floor. And here comes Typo just fade bombing, and Homer falling to Unsu, forcing Triple N out. And it looks like they're gonna have to take up this, gonna have to get out of the second. So Unsu comes in, the force is used.
Big exchange coming in here, but Trev does fall, so Golden drops the demo, and now they do get the cleanup on Sam, but that might allow them to stick around here on second. The brawl continues through, down goes a couple more players, and Red holding strong. Blue Eyes White Dragon, they bend, but they do not break with this holdover on second. So now you're seeing a spot where they're starting to walk through. It's even Ubers right now, but they've got player advantage. They only don't have their demo. No soldiers on the side of Triple N. So the pressuring point, seeing what they can find here as they continue to walk through. A bomb coming in over the top from Homer. Just going to grab space. Oh, a big sticky there from Trev is going to force Blue Eyes White Dragon all the way back to second.
Yes. Looks like Typo going in for a bomb, doesn't manage to find anything. Triple N pushing out, forcing them. Wurgy super deep, can't also find anything, but Array does manage to find one, and the trade comes out here. The medic, God, dying.
They got in, they got the medic. A brilliant Uber coming in from Blue Eyes White Dragon. And now the Dragon looks fierce as it rolls into mid. Just a single soldier gonna try and jump forward, try and do anything. And I think what you're gonna find is just a quick little bit of death on Yunso.
Allows Blue Eyes White Dragon to reclaim this mid with about 40% ad. Looks like they're just gonna maybe take a dry fight through sewer, or
We've got a typo on a snipo. Where is the sniper? Out and roll out, doesn't find the shot. I'm always a little scared whenever I see a sniper. I've hit some heroic shots, just peeking out a last drop at a medic. Was worried that we might see it here. But Blue Eyes White Dragon sitting in a bit of a driver's seat right now. They've got that slight Uber ad. It's only 20%. If they want to use it, they've got to go. And my question is, do they think it's bigger? They are popping in here, though. Take it away a little bit.
All right, Campbell having his beam on him, doing some decent damage, but the trade it comes out, the reinforce. Hooray, pushing all the way deep in, managed to find the demo, and it just looks like Blue Eyes White Dragon with failed last push. But Soldier comes out, a beautiful shot onto Unsu. Doesn't manage to find anything. Wergy coming in, making to pick up that pick on Sam, and Typo cleaning up on Homer. But Sam, can he make it? He gets golden. Terrestrial makes the Uber ad in the favor of Blue Eyes White Dragon now.
And now they're going to be set to walk right into mid. There's no spam up right now with the soldiers down. Demo is there, actually. I missed that. I'm just a slightly blind man. It's okay. It happens as we all get older. But big 80 ad right now for Blue Eyes White Dragon to try and walk back into the second point. We'll see how much of a sellout Triple N puts in here to try and get this force. They're trying to spam away now with the troops coming through. But yeah, space grabbing bomb. There's the one right into choke. Gets in on the medic, but cleaned up. And a follow-up bomb. Not going to be a full commit with the bomb. That is the right play to do.
The control point is being captured.
Soldiers,
keep yourself alive.
Yeah, managing to force out Triple N here on the just a little bit of Uber disad, but it doesn't look like they're just going to be able to build it up in heaven. Forcing out, here comes Blue Eyes White Dragon out of the door of 4. Golden still stuck in heaven. Early cap time gone, but Parade managed to push them all back. Manages to find 2. Braden and Stam killed. I think, man, just pushing out onto second. Blue Eyes White Dragon
still running in on this demo though. Parade picks up Campbell in the choke point. So 3 kills. They get second. Even Ubers. And we are going to gear up for another one of these stalemates here. Or at least we should be on process. With no demo, they're trying to pressure through. Triple N trying to walk on in. See what they can find.
Just trades here, but Braden does go down, trading on the side of Parade. Golden gets forced out. The trade comes out. Wergy waiting patiently in IT to get that wrap. Can he find anything? Doesn't manage to find anything. The Uber hasn't run out yet. Soldiers coming in, bombing onto goal. Conflux. Conflux living on just 11 HP, and Sam picks up a pick on Unsu, and it looks like, Typo. Trev and Golden playing all the way back in 1. Another last hold for Triple N.
That was a really tough one for Golden. Just dropped Paray in the exchange, and really that swung the entire tide of that fight. It ended up being a solo Uber onto Trev, trying to brawl it out with multiple players from Blue Eyes White Dragon standing in front of them, and really the Uber exchange just went all Blue-Eyed White Dragon's way. They kill everyone. Conflux did get bombed, did get pressured, as you said, down to 11 HP. But the medic staying alive was such a pivotal part of that fight. They do let the Uber advantage go, though. It's went to even Uber ads now. So we'll see if they try and pressure and see if they can get in on Golden and get a force out. They know where the med is. And a good effort gets through. Golden took a lot of damage there on a sack from Stam.
Yes, Parade barely managed to live with his life on 13 HP, and now the gun comes out on point. It's going to make this significantly harder for Stam and Homer to try and sack onto Golden. But, Unsu on the sniper. Nope, does not decide to stick with that. And he's back. He's on Spy now. Unsu Spy. Nope, he's on the Soldier. He's baiting me. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's just trying to hype us up.
Just checking off classes, and Homer actually gets caught. That was a good set of stickies from Trev.
In mid, mid lobby. The Parade and Unsu. Ooh, what a beautiful play. Yunsu just pushing through lobby.
just somehow landed behind both the demo and scout, and the scout was low enough that it was just an instant mulching. Forward spawns are going to come in, so it's not going to be a 2-point swing. Second will be grabbed by the Triple N team. Blue Eyes White Dragon will have the onus to send some sacks. You can already see Sam hiding and trying to be baited for, I think, here by Campbell. Oh no, Sam now shows himself. And we'll just see how they elect to try and break this stalemate. See if they can't find a force. Sam is looking around, finds a soldier, putting some pressure in. But Sam might actually get caught here. I think Sam will go down. Indeed, picked off by Wergy with the scattergun. That's going to stop them from sacking anytime soon.
There goes Insu trying to find something. Doesn't get anything. Stam's back in on the counter sack. Wergy cleans him up. Now, even players, but Homer jumps all the way over to Al-Qaeda to distract the players of Triple N. But just didn't manage to find any damage on there.
Yeah,
IT
it's
looked pretty free.
Classic TFT right now. Insu, is this going to be a play? No, it's just, again, checking off classes. I always look, you know, I'd like to see the spy gimmick come out. I'm always a fan of gimmick-based video games. But so far, it's just your good old-fashioned sack front. Should see a bomb come through. Yeah, it looks like Homer is trying to get in. Put some pressure and good damage on the typo. But the spam will come back in with the support from Yunsu. That follows with this bomb from Stam. Sam's actually walking in. Sam's got a medic alone. Oh my, Sam, I thought was just going to be able to get the drop there. But instead, a huge pipe from Trev. As it ended up being a triple sack from Blue Eyes White Dragon. Almost got the med picked. Or at least the force. But a gutsy hold from Golden. And now the pop is forced out here. Out of Conflux. The exchange coming through. And typo falls to the demo man. Good sticks by Campbell.
Yes, now the trade's coming, trying to come back out. Unsu finds Campbell, but Stan manages to trade back onto Wergy. Both mids are quite low here, but it looks like, oh, Blue Eyes White Dragon just forcing out Triple N even as Brayden goes down.
And here's the thing, mid never got capped in this, so it's still forward spawn advantage for Blue Eyes White Dragon, and with no scouts, and the scouts, I mean, Wergy's finally here, but why not try and press the issue? You can see Homer went deep trying to get a kill. That allows Stam to actually clean up typo, though, regardless. And now, a couple picks down, seconds capped. Yes, it's even Ubers, but really that just played exactly the way that Blue Eyes White Dragon would have wanted. See if they like to try and get into this last, even though it is an even Uber setup.
It's just, we've seen this once before, and again, Hooray pushing forward, not Hooray, Sam pushing forward, Homer goes in for the sack, manages to get caught up by typo, cheating his medic, no damage onto there, and now Blue Eyes White Dragon, typo comes out, trying to find that pick on Stam, doesn't get anything, just the soldiers jumping around, trying to find anything. Wergy's building a gun now. It's the most exciting thing. Now the buffs. Looks like the Blue Eyes White Dragon just buffing up. But Trevor's pretty deep in this lobby here. Watching the traps, trying to get something. And
They drop Trev?
Capitalize on it.
I can't believe that they just let Trev die there. Both from this team support, like there was just no beam support, there wasn't really player support, and of course Blue Eyes White Dragon is trying to press in off of this. Sentry gun finds a kill, the Ubers are being exchanged. Stam does take the gun out as Campbell hits a big pipe onto typo. Players are still falling on Blue Eyes White Dragon. 3 up, they've got to fall back. But I'm just shocked that Trev was just caught with his pants down there in the lobby.
Yeah,
worked out in the favor for Triple N though.
Watching his traps, and Sam saw that, thought free demo, and managed to find the kill. And that's kind of, even though they lost a demo, the trades did go in favor to Triple N, pushing them out back onto the second again. Now we're in another stalemate.
Homer starting his bomb, but he's just doing all those fake jumps, get some spotting, see what he can see. Stam is sitting very far back right now, so I don't think we'll see bombs coming through just quite yet. Yeah, now Homer's at least circled back to try and get a buff. See where they elect to go. If they elect to go. Again, slow real movement. Kind of some rangy spam right now, but no real sack play. My spidey sense was like kind of tingling, like maybe someone came up on an off class, but we don't have that either. So this is just very methodical and slow right now as the bomb comes in from Homer. Just trying to get in behind, flying up above, and they sent Stam in with them. Double bomb from the soldiers, clean up with ease. Now we'll see some counter aggression here from Triple N. They walk out onto mid. Can the scouts shut them down with their demo man? Uber exchange comes through. Just a pair of solo Ubers, but there's a big scout fight going here on the backside, and Wergy does get caught out. Huge pick for Blue Eyes White Dragon. They're trying to find some more. Bombs over the top. Typo is so hurt, but will get arrowed. Health is not great on Stam either, so an awkward fight, but KBN finds another kill. This time Typo falls, and mid will stay the way of Blue Eyes White Dragon. And neither team has Uber, so we'll see an off Uber push come through. Stam bombing in. Does get caught, but have they found Yunso with it? Sam's there, will find the kill, and Campbell finishes off Trev. Kills again going the way of Blue Eyes White Dragon. And NNN, they need to back out here. It's just a scout and a medic as Wergy falls. They're trying to retreat all the way back to last. They do have Typo spawning. But Pere's gonna fall too. He found Homer, but that's not a trade you really want to be taking right now. It's such a long spawn wave. 3 spawns just come up, but they're already in on this last point.
Ooh, such good cap time by Brayden. Oh, Stam comes flying from 2, manages to find the cap with no one on it. 1-0 to Blue Eyes White Dragon. I might be wrong here. This is... Oh.
That is just a beautiful play by Stam. It's the bomb. It's the fact that Rocket Splash just pushes the remaining players off of point. Beautiful play. Now we're already into this next mid. Blue Eyes White Dragon 1-0. The first round of this playoff goes to the boys in red.
Yeah, now taken on to this mid here. But Homer and Stam fades, but Homer doesn't manage to find anything. Campbell is in. Homer gets the medic. I was wrong. And Wergy now cleans up on Stam. Just Sam, Wergy, and Brayden. Oh, well, you can't find anything in the 1v2. Just Trev. Yes, Homer did get the mid. And Trev just sitting in sewer.
That's going to be a feel-good moment for Homer, too. He didn't have the most impactful first round. If you hit tab, see him sitting a little lower on the scoreboard. It happens, We've all been there. First round doesn't quite go the way that you're hoping for, but there on mid, you get the big med pick. And now we'll see it as Pere gets caught out. Nice sticky, and then a scattergun to the face. Trev going down as well. All for the low cost of KBN. So no demo, no scout on the boys in blue. They've got to run all the way back to last in this even Uber situation. Homer spamming through a rollout, seeing if he can put some pressure in on Golden too. And we'll stalemate back out a little bit here as Trev has spawned, or at least we should. Stam has actually gotten him behind. Now the pressure coming in over the top, and the kills. They're just going the way of Blue Eyes White Dragon. They found everything. They're just on the point. They're cleaning up everybody. It's just a medic.
Yes, Triple N so distracted by that Stam trying to kill him that it just allowed Blue Eyes White Dragon to just walk in and manage to find lots of kills there. And all they needed to do was cap 2-0 to Blue Eyes White Dragon. And it looks like they've been pretty dominant. I mean, they've been having Triple N on the second and last for nearly all of the match except these mid fights. But Campbell, a little low here. But
see how this mid fight goes. The demo, as you said, in trouble for Blue Eyes White Dragon. But just a slow mid right now. No one is committed quite yet. Waiting for the big bombs to come through. And here comes Typo and Yunso over the top. They get it on Conflux. Conflux is sky high, but live. The bombs go back the other way. Stam trying to get in. Health so poor on both of these medics. Conflux is regened a little bit. And now it's a 4-on-4 fight. 2 scouts, demo and a med for each side as they try and find these kills. Pere, the first one to fall. KBN and Sam Scattergun finding the kill, but Trev claps back on KBN with a big pipe. Still a 3v3 on this mid, but the spawners are going to start to come in. This is just keeps being drawn out as Sam trying to get some cap time on it. But Yunso is the first spawner back through. Typo's here as well, but Homer just faking bombs over the top, trying to put pressure. And half the cap on mid already in for the boys on red. Campbell, a huge pipe, an air pipe onto Typo, gets the kill on the soldier, saves Conflux's life, and now the Ubers are exchanged. A lot of red players here, which means that Conflux has to flash a little bit more. And can they find the cleanup on these players? A bomb over the top from Homer, and a follow-up from Stam. The medic is hurt, and Stam will take out Golden. As the kill is now going the way of Blue Eyes White Dragon. Conflux is alive in its operation Save Your Medic. Bomb over the top, Yunso falls. Typo here as well, Wergy in too. Both will go down. The medic still alive on the red team.
Ooh, what a absolute stalemate mid, but an absolute humongous bomb from Stam and Homer, just coordinating perfectly to get the kill onto Golden. And obviously a amazing defense from Sam to deny this Typo, who's going for another one. Still doesn't manage to find anything. Conflux living on 60 HP. Yeah, back onto, looks like probably a last hold for Triple N. Homer's pretty forward here. And Ensu.
Yeah. They're not even really committing bombs to try and get in, and I did catch KBN out, actually. I missed that one. Must have been a trap sitting somewhere, at least I'm assuming.
Yes.
Get confirmation from Mitch. Thank you, Mr. Mitch. Much love to Mitch. Show some hearts for Mitch, our producer, in chat, as this last push sets to come in. They're pushing in, even though it's even Ubers. The exchange coming through. Golden still hasn't popped yet. The positioning, not great. As Campbell goes down, the demo falls for Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Yes, the demo Campbell down now. It looks like Triple N's just gonna have to try and bully this out, but Unsu does crater. But Pere manages to find the back cap by Stam to take the 3rd round.
Stam the man, and I want to point out one thing. I don't know if you caught that. It was a ×2 on last. That's right. Stam the pain train came out there on that cap. That's the only thing I can think of. I only saw one soldier back there. ×2. He had to have switched to a pain train back on his on the skill stick for the rollout.
He knew exactly what he was doing there.
Tactical pain train swap to steal around. Brilliant.
Homer's very forward in. Golden's pretty weak, and Stam manages to find the kill. Typo and Pere managed to find on Homer and Conflux. Both mids going down. It's just leaving Pere with the cleanup from Stam, Campbell, and KBN to take this mid fight yet again. It looks like, Triple N very on this back foot. It's nearly been their second last hold for the entire match.
Can we just point out something? If you hit tab, you look at Sam, you'll see there's the little medals there. Sam's got 5 dominations. Sam has 5 dominations in a playoff match.
That is insane. That just shows that Sam is on his prime today. Ooh. Campbell and Stam also managing to... Sam on his prime. Stam managed to catch out Campbell, but Wergy manages to find the pick on Homer.
Yeah, so 2 down here for Blue Eyes White Dragon. They're going to have to back off of mid. There's no demo and no soldier. It makes mid such a hard point to hold without any real spam. One soldier is not going to be enough of a deterrent. So they are just lumped back in their choke point. Mid getting capped out. Full team on Blue Eyes White Dragon do get forward spawns, so they are not without any other players for the second hold in an even Uber situation. So what we've seen a lot of already this game, now it's on the other point. We finally see it back here over at the red second. See how Triple N elect to try and break this stalemate. Typo and Yusko bombing in over the top. Good rockets. Conflux take a second rocket, but will survive.
It's an amazing surf, and just a little late on the double bomb Typo, but still nearly got the follow-up. Didn't manage to find anything, but this allows Blue Eyes White Dragon to just take mid for free nearly. Prey might get caught out. Sprit far forward. Nope. No damage there. And now Triple N on the second hold. As we've seen them before. Still an even Uber situation.
I love that play from Blue Eyes White Dragon. They just said, hey, you know what? If you're going to double bomb your soldiers, you don't have the spam to hold mid. And we think our DM's better than you. We think we're going to win a 4v4. We think we're going to win a 6v4 when you don't have soldiers. So they just walked in and bullied it. And NNN gave them a lot of respect because they didn't really have an option there. And now, just like that, off of a failed double sack, you find yourself holding your own second instead of pushing second.
Yep, gotta give respect to the Unks just trying to push onto that bid. Now, still on the second hold, it looks like... Oh, here comes Homer. Going very far back, living on 48 HP, but Pere manages to catch him out. Stam tries to find something. Doesn't manage to find anything. Both soldiers are down for the side of Blue Eyes White Dragon. It looks like they're gonna maybe just come out and let Triple N have this mid. In respect on both sides, but oh, the Force, here comes the Force. Conflux just managing to get it out on 18 HP. Sam on height, bullying them.
Yeah, this is basically a mid-fight, but the forward spawns give advantage to Blue Eyes White Dragon. The health, though, a lot better on Triple N as they're in on Conflux, somehow just juking Yunso's rocket. And now they are finding these kills. KBN and Sam, they are absolute machines as they shut down and find 3 quick kills. It's gonna allow Blue Eyes White Dragon to walk in to second here. KBN will actually fall. Pere now in on the medic, trying to find the kill, pulls out the pistol. Maybe just needed to reload the scatter gun there. And Sam turns around and finds Trev.
Sam just 1v1ing the demo in one, has absolutely now looks like no respect. Just finds the pick. Now,
I really want to know who Sam's not dominating at this point. 5 doms still. Like, that hasn't changed since I mentioned that earlier in this match. Who's the missing man? I'm
curious too now.
We'll look in logs when we figure this out. I feel like it's probably medic because if something, I don't know. That'd be my guess.
I mean, but Sam is on fire, so I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't medic right now.
I just figured medic can at least get the assist if someone else does something, and then the other player may have died more than that. I don't know. We'll see. We can take bets in the Twitch chat or something. People can just throw their guesses in on who Sam's not dominating.
Yeah, now Trev still on this forward lobby as we saw him here where he got caught out by KBN and Sam. But he's got Typo to support him. But Homer comes forward, disrespecting that space, and Trev dies again. Typo is just going to have to retreat back on 43 HP. Oh, that forward hold from Trev did not manage to find what he wanted. And now, without a demo on this last, it's going to be very tricky. The use coming out from Golden, but the trade from Conflux.
See if KBN can find a kill out of this. Still just disrespecting a little bit. And now the soldiers come in behind Stam and Sam. I mean, really, what more can you say? This map is the Stam and Sam show. Stam has made some absolutely heroic plays. The back caps, the bombs on the point. Like, Stam had the sexy moments.
Absolutely, but so did Sam.
I mean, insane moments. Like, it wasn't just like Sam had like a good game. Like, the flashy moments weren't there. Sam was just consistently killing everything. Like, Sam didn't need flash because if something was on his screen, it was just dead. That's just an insane performance by the scouts on Blue Eyes White Dragon. I've got to shout out KBN as well. KBN had a solid game too, but you know, you don't have to be that impressive when Sam's got 25 kills and only 6 stats.
Yeah,
like,
just
the Triple N medic almost died more than Sam did. Think about that for a second.
That is insane. I mean, Sam, even with 18% beam as well, not even like, I mean, KBN got a 19% beam And so Sam is just on fire today. I mean, I predicted 5-2 to NNN, and he's just him, Sam, and Stam just saying, no, I'm wrong, apparently. The 4-0, absolutely amazing bounce back from Blue Eyes White Dragon from that 5-0 in the regular season.
Yeah, immaculate performance from Blue Eyes White Dragon, setting the tone. And here's the really scary part if you're a Triple N fan. That was your pick. You're now heading over. We are over to Snakewater will be the next map. The pick of Blue Eyes White Dragon, who just 4-0'd you. They're in the driver's seat, and they're going to home territory. That is terrifying if you're an NNN fan. Let alone the fact that Sam just killed everybody. And really, Blue Eyes White Dragon kind of just started to disrespect Triple N. Like, they didn't feel the need to. They felt they could just take consistent, even team fights. They could take no Uber fights. They could take even Uber pushes. Like, times that you're supposed to see stalemates towards the end of that map, you saw Blue Eyes White Dragon go, hey, we're just going to walk in and do it.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, valuable soldiers also on the side of Blue Eyes White Dragon, making so much space for Sam to just walk in and clean up on those damages.
So now my question is, before we get right into map number 2, is if that's what Blue Eyes White Dragon had in store in map 1, do you think Triple N can answer on Snakewater?
Absolutely not. Sam is on fire today, and I expect him to drop another 300 DPM after that one. I mean, on this pick, they must be feeling extremely confident to just... I feel like they're just going to get a 5-0 roll here.
All right. We've got the roll called. We have the roll prediction. I want some people in chat. I see y'all out there. I got it open out there in CappingTV land. I want you to throw me some quick predictions in chat. We'll pay attention to those as we get set to go through here. I think that I feel there will be a round for NNN. I have to believe. I'm going to call a 4-1. Feel like there has to be a round. I believe in a round.
The last time I believed in a round, it was a 4-0, but let's now, starting this match, look at the rollouts are usually pretty boring, but who do you think's going to take this mid-fight?
With the way that the soldiers and scouts are playing on Blue Eyes White Dragon, I don't think you can question it. So I'm going Blue Eyes White Dragon. They're in blue this time, for those who haven't been paying attention. They were red over on Process. They are the boys in blue this time around, the Blue Eyes White Dragon. And the bomb's coming in right over the top, finds the medic immediately. They do lose conflicts as well, but great plays so far. Parade trying to shut them down. Sam and Stam, the only two alive, and Stam has fallen. And Parade cleans up Sam. So what started to be a good start for Blue Eyes White Dragon becomes a relentless mid. And Triple N, just like they did on Process, win the first mid.
Yes, I mean, this Yunsu looks like just the starting course with Typer with an extremely fast bomb doing amazing damage to not only Conflux but also Campbell, and just allowed Wergy and Pere to just walk in and clean up. And Sam and Stam trying to find maybe just anything. I mean, it looks like Golden did die there, because now it's Uber.
Golden dies again. Now the sellout on Conflux, and they will actually get Conflux. So that's key for Triple N here, as they find the remaining players cleaned up. They do the full wipe, selling out for the medic, but they got the medic. And the nice thing is, Pare's going to spawn with Golden, so they're actually going to come out of this with Uber advantage. Yes, they drop mid, and they'll be back on their second, but that is, solid 20 ad that they can potentially pressure off of. It could have been built better, as Pere finds Homer, but a spot where potentially
Stam, he's in cheese, he's in logs now. Looks like going up catwalk, but Typo does spot him out, and Triple N bullying Blue Eyes White Dragon with the pick on Homer out on back onto second. And I think they're just gonna take
rolling
this
through?
straight through. Unsu's high, and so is Typo. Unsu falling, but Typo's still alive. Catching out the demo and Campbell. Home up with the counter bomb, finding Typo. Conflux and Stam is in good damage, but doesn't manage to find much. Sam
Trev falls
getting the-
though. KBN finding the pick, and now they're just going to be rolling straight through, trying to get in on this medic. The health is so poor on Golden, and Homer going to come over the top, forces the Uber out. Conflux just needs to try and live. Don't force here. Keep your med alive, and KBN and Sam, of course they do, living up to the hype. Now we'll start to cap mid back out. Health isn't great, though, on Blue Eyes White Dragon. And NNN, they seem to feel that might be the case. They walk right in here. They find the kill on Homer. But Campbell, though, he's putting in work, and he's got his scouts with him. The Uber comes through, and they quickly trade out 3 more kills. Mid still hasn't been capped yet, and will be capped up slowly as they start to walk into second. Blue Eyes White Dragon trying to get in on NNN.
Unsu with the force just down and low, had a beautiful speed shot, but Blue Eyes White Dragon did find those 2 picks. Now, little 30% Uber, 40% Uber add to Golden. Look, I think they're gonna take it, but Sam manages to find the demo and the soldier with a 5 kill streak. It looks like it's just nearly over. I mean, they're gonna come through Shutter with the dry fight. Golden does manage to get a use on Parade, King Big Nuts, and Campbell.
Huge bomb from Yunsu, finding a pair there. Prey getting a sword kill on the Conflux. Pulls out the 3-rune blade on the medic, and the hold comes through. But that was a huge bomb from Yunsu right before that Uber comes in, lands on the face of a scout. I believe it was a scout in demo, and finding both of those before they even walk into last will completely stifle your push. But that could have been really bad. Trev, that's kind of the second time, maybe the third time, that Trev's just being kind of caught in La La Land. And this time it didn't get punished, but that could have gone really badly for NNN.
We saw it process with the lobby, but I mean, Unsu just pushing out, doesn't find anything. Sam and KBN cleaning up, but yeah, I mean, if they can find a way to punish Trev from this forward position, from these forward positions that he holds on last, then they'll be nearly set for that last push. And Sam getting some good damage on the demo and the scout.
Now, even Uber situation, well, soon to be even, I should say. Golden's gonna lose the ad that they had. But now we'll see how they elect to try and break into this last point. Do they just try and bully with a kind of team fight against solo Uber, or are they just gonna sack, see if they can't get in on to Golden? Yeah, putting some pressure over on Typo, but looks like they're all kind of bunching over. We might just see them send a couple soldiers in. Indeed, they do. The bomb's over the top, gets in on Golden, but doesn't actually find the kill. As both soldiers are cleaned up. Now we see Yunso trying to go back the other way. A vintage Snakewater. Actually, Golden and NNN. This is where they're just kind of walking through. They think they're just going to take an Uber exchange here. They've got the scout and med in. Uber comes out. Conflux so ballsy to hold down to 18 HP. And now Ubers are going to be flashed around, run away. And a bomb from Yunso catches KBN out. Homer comes back in over the top. He will fall as well. Stam in for the last sellout, and a hell of an air shot. A beautiful rocket from Stam picks off Golden. What looked like a good push out from NNN instead finds them without a medic.
Stam with another beautiful save onto Golden. Now, Parade walking forward. Typo doesn't manage to find anything in Conflux, allowing Blue Eyes White Dragon, but Wergy's behind. It's 1 HP. I just nearly fell out of my seat. That was insane. Wergy finding Conflux. Uber advantage going back onto the side of Golden. Triple in.
And I'll be honest, I wasn't looking. Was that a drop? That probably wasn't up by now.
No, it wasn't a drop.
Okay.
But it was a humongous ad. I think hit about 50% there. But KBN getting good damage onto the second, but Typo cleaning up on to Campbell. Stam protecting his demo.
It's just 2 scouts here. It's just Parade and Wergy. And now more troops are in, and Sam actually shut down by Parade. Parade's having himself a bit of a map so far. Jumping around, but will fall to Campbell. Wergy here trying to get in on the medic. The pistol's out, and they find Wergy finds Conflux.
They just didn't manage to land a shot on me. He's dipping and weaving everywhere. Just a second mid-kill onto Conflux. I mean, he's single-handedly saving these Uber ads, but Sam now on the sniper. Looks like he's gonna...
Gouch is, oh my goodness, the trap.
Sam cleaning up on the medic with a beautiful shot. It's just a 3v6 here. They're just going to walk into lobby and just a dry fight. Sam finding onto the Trev. Beautiful shot. Campbell, Wergy, it's just typo to try and find anything, but they can't. Blue Eyes White Dragon taking the first round.
Absolutely sensational trap by Campbell to get a 2K there. Good cleanup by Sam on sniper. A couple body shots getting the medic and the demo to wrap things up. But Campbell just single-handedly swinging that situation with a big-time 2K. We'll see if Campbell can follow up and deliver with a huge mid here as Blue Eyes White Dragon pick up their 5th consecutive round and their first one here on Snakewater.
Absolutely amazing. And now the bomb trades coming through. Conflux dropping to typo. Not drop, dying to typo. Parade cleaning up on both soldiers and just walking forward. Sam gonna have to retreat here, but typo's ready for him. But he's coming through catwalk. He's running all the way around. He's doing ring around the rosy with Parade. And now KBN lurking in logs. And Sam taking the 1v1 with Parade. Wergy assisting his fellow scout, and KBN getting a little too aggressive in logs, having to pull back here. Back
Parade's
into the
shown up
second.
in a big way on this map so far. Parade is having himself a bit of a day, starting to feel it, just the way Sam was, and finds another kill there onto Stam, walking through. Both Sam and Parade have more points than their medics do.
Amazing.
They're rolling right now. Parade on a 4K too.
It's the game of the combo scouts. Now the Uber comes out, but they're just gonna... Oh, such good cap time. The Uber just demo manages to cap it and triple in their first round in the series to tie it up 1-1 to Blue Eyes White Dragon.
You know, I'm pretty sure if I asked Mitch what I'm gonna say right now, he could take... Like, he knows what I'm gonna say. There's a saying I've used dating way back to a team called Shut Up Mom, I'm Bow Flexing that I used to play on. Objective-based video gaming. That's what it was. They walked in, they stood on the point. Blue Eyes White Dragon was slow to react, didn't get on point. There was so much cap time that by the time the Uber exchange ended, they just stood on point and won.
Yeah, I mean, they were just Blue Eyes White Dragon was just locked out of it. And, Conflux and Golden dying. Two bomb by Stam, and Stam manages to pick up Parade as well. But Conflux also dropping Sam on 9 HP. Just
Trev here now, left alive. Should be found with relative ease. Oh, maybe not. Trev's going on an adventure, delaying.
Trev's in.
Trying to bomb out. And kills himself. Yeah, you know.
With the roller. I don't think he meant to do that, but I award the courage.
Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. Typo actually finds Stam. Because both medics died in that fight, so even Uber situation. And then trying to show a little bit of that we're just going to come in here and brawl and we're better. And they put some pressure in. They find the Demo Man pick. Drop a soldier for it. But now Homer trying to get in on the medic. Golden is quite lit. Will manage to survive for now. Sam going to run straight through. Oh, the pack wasn't there. I thought Sam could have just gotten in on the medic and gotten in for free. Sam actually finds Parade before going down to Yunso. And the spawns are going to be up here. Blue Eyes White Dragon not really posturing like they could go in, though. They definitely had the opportunity to, but instead they're going to wait to see if Sam can spawn and play back on this second point. That kind of bullying aggression that we saw on Process. Not really here from Blue Eyes White Dragon right now.
Yes, once they get a pick, they know that they are going to win this fight. And Parade just walks in with his immaculate aim and just finds everything. And it's not to discredit the soldiers for also doing amazing damage. Talking about soldiers, here comes Typo, manages to get a lot of damage. Oh, the drop!
Junso and Typo, the synchronized bombs. One sends him flying, the other one lands on his face. and an instant drop coming through from Conflux. Now this sellout from Blue Eyes White Dragon, seeing if they can't get a force out. Can they find Golden at all? Can they get in? A bomb over the top from Homer does a great damage. Sam fires a rocket in, and that forces the Uber out of Golden. He'll clean up a few more kills. Well, that is huge play. Campbell will fall as well. It's just KBN and Conflux back on last. But no longer is it a spot where they're at a big Uber disadvantage. However, the spawns aren't here yet. NNN, they're already in on last. They're putting pressure in the trap, and they just cap the point. The scout just runs in, steps on it. There's demo stickies at his feet, and NNN just get the round. Blue Eyes White Dragon sold out for the medic, and it didn't matter.
It's objective-based game mode. Yep, just walking in. I mean, they were 4 down, only 2 up, and triple in. Just walked in, just found the cap with the 3 times of the medic and the scout. Now onto this 4th mid.
So 4th mid fight here. We'll see whether it's a little bit more passive for both teams or aggressive. Bombs coming in over the top from both soldiers. Synced up, KBN and Homer both fall immediately. Conflux down 2. So a beautiful set of aggression, and now they just need to keep Golden alive. Stam trying to get in. Fade away rocket, not able to land, and Sam is currently hiding behind a saw blade. Spotted out by Parade, and it is a full white. A beautiful mid from NNN. And they're feeling it. They're starting to drive. They're starting to wake up and go, hey, process was an anomaly. We're ready to go. Let's do it. And now it looks like they're going to try and take this Uber in through Shutter. It's full Uber ad. They walk into this last point. Campbell going to be caught out immediately and will fall. Players rotate around, but now they're just capping the point. Parade's on it. Someone's got to get there. Bombs come through. They are starting to get around and pressure. But again, just step off the point awkwardly, and Parade put so much cap time on that they managed to steal another round. And I shouldn't say steal. They came through. They crushed it. This is Prem. There is no theft that happens at this level. But just relentless offense, relentless cap time. And NNS 3-1. If you watch Process, you did not think this is what was going to happen.
Absolutely not. I mean, these soldiers and these scouts on NNN are in sync with each other. They are doing absolutely amazing. But Homer, and Sam managed to find the demo, but Unsu getting Conflux and Wergy finding the pick on Campbell out of nowhere. But it does find mid-fight, finds Blue Eyes White Dragon in the winning position. And now Golden and Parade all the way back at last. It's just going to be second for Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Now it is big Uber advantage here. Is anyone scattered for a back cap? Doesn't look like it. So NNN, despite losing second, is going to get it back here. See if they try and walk into mid off of this. It's going to be a little bit awkward depending on how much spam comes through and if there's another good Campbell trap. So they're going through kitchen, and so no trap, just spam. The spam pretty relentless, doing a good job of slowing them down. Homer tried to go behind, actually found Wergy before going down. They sold Sam out for it too. Dam in behind. Was spotted by Typo, so we'll have a little bit of a fight out here in lower, but Stam should just be a dead man. And down goes Stam. So again, selling 3 players out is Blue Eyes White Dragon. And that's just going to let NNN just continue to walk through. Yeah, it's even Uber. It doesn't matter. You only have 3 alive. What kind of a hole are you really going to put in? And Conflux goes down. Conflux drops again. Another Uber drop. That really just should seal this round for NNN. They'll just scatter guns to the face of Conflux, and no pop came through.
Ray is absolutely on fire, but the trap from Campbell. I managed to find not only the demo, but also Parade. And now Sam onto the sniper here. Just watching that left side, now the right. Golden still with the 100% Uber ad.
Yeah, they know there's a sniper. Look how far back Golden is playing, just behind a box right now. It is a completely well aware that there will be a sniper in this spot and that they are going to stalemate this out. Which is a little crazy because Uber ad so much, and I think they're realizing, like, wait, why are we sitting so far back? We have Uber ad. Let's just pop it. Let's just use it through. They pop into the gun right now. The sentry gun will fall immediately from Sam. Sam swaps off of it as Homer and Stam try and get in and put some pressure in. Stam does find Yunso, and now the kills trying to go the way of Blue Eyes White Dragon. Sam cleaning up another, as does KBN and Stam. Stam gets in on the medic in a full wipe with that push in. So the Uber came out, the Uber ad was there, but they don't find the kills. Blue Eyes White Dragon pick up second.
They realized what had happened the past 3 rounds, and Homer and Stam with an early bomber to Parade. Finding that pick, it allowed Sam and KBN to just clean up as well as camp out. And now onto this mid with full Uber advantage. But Parade on the sniper. Let's see what he can find here, but he close. Sam gets a valuable pick onto him. And now they're down 1 on second.
Yeah.
Looking to come out lower, but Trev. Oh, and Yunsu cleaning up Homer. Trev with a 2K with that trap. And Yunsu's so far forward, but he's still managed to get alive. He gets the force out of Conflux. Now they're all lower. Sam's walking in.
They find Wergy out of this, so Sam might find a little bit more. Sam's trying. Does great damage, doesn't find the kill, and because of where they were, Conflux dies in that interaction.
Yes.
Homer in behind though.
The control point
Gonna
is being
try and back
captured.
out maybe? They can't really back out. Can anyone stall this out? KBN's gonna try and get in. No, doesn't look like KBN will be able to do so.
It's Homer still behind on the second, but Yunsu opts to just leave him be. They are still down 2 on the second. They're just gonna have to.
This is almost one of those ones where you're like, maybe do I kill bind? Homer though, gonna get in, gets the force out on the medic, so he did come back in. I was worried he was gonna be stuck too far back, but NNN just kind of backed out to try and find it. So Uber had that one Conflux. Homer still in behind.
Oh, it's Stam. Yep, Homer's in on Wergy. Oh no, he's waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike. Reconnects with his medic. And now Typo manages to find the pick onto Conflux, but KBN and Sam and Homer, if they can stop the push and find the kills, then it does not matter. Just Trev up onto second lower here, and the second cap will go to Blue Eyes White Dragon. It's been pretty even, just trades of the points coming back left and right, back and forth. Sam finding a pick out of Trev. Where did he come from? I think it was Logs. Saw.
Yeah, I missed that one as well, but that's a dead demo. That makes walking in the middle a lot easier here. As big piece of spam damage taken away. Parade takes a big rocket to the face, but the double bomb over the top, just like a mid-fight, gets in. And Typo and Yun, so they do find Conflux. So no medic here once again. It's going to be capped up. But now it's going to be who can hide and who can find the golden treasure. Homer and Stam over the top, trying to get in there. KBN on the backside. Good damage, but they don't find the kill. And again, this is where they sell out 3 players to try and get the medic. Big difference this time. This is going to take, based on positioning, a lot longer for NNN to get all the way back to their second. That's what cost them earlier.
Yes,
Yeah,
I mean, Unsu and Typo working overtime to get those mid picks. It's just allowing Golden and Triple in, but the stickies finding Parade. Stam's in the middle of it. Doesn't manage to find anything. Trev getting the clean, but Homer's very far forward onto Wergy. And the force comes out from Golden. Wergy finding the pick on not only Homer and Sam in Saw. Now, 5v3 situation. Just Blue Eyes White Dragon opting to leave and let NNN have this second.
Yeah, this is just one of those ones where it's kind of an awkward spot. Parade's come up on Sniper right now. Trying to see if he can find the med pick kill. Try and swing the difference here. But really, it's just going to stalemate out, kind of even Uber spot right now. I know it's not even Ubers yet, but it's starting to get there. And actually, as I say that, Blue-Eyed White Dragon actually does try and press the initiative. Uber comes out. Sam just runs away from the Uber, though, trying to get it on Golden. Not able to find it. The Market Gardener over the top on Homer. So 2 kills kind of awkwardly. Yeah, they get it traded back on Typo. They're trying to cap out second. The Sniper from the window trying to find a kill. This is awkward. doesn't land it. And Sam and Campbell churn in a couple more kills. Sam's still trying to fight, trying to stay alive, but there is a sniper, and actually it's going to be the healing crossbow from Golden takes out Sam, and now the Uber popped out for the boys in red, trying to walk in here. They find KBN as well. So these kills just keep rolling on through for Team Red, NNN.
Now, 30% add to the side of Blue Eyes White Dragon, but out on the last. I've seen them so many times on this last on Snakewater. It feels like process all over again, but it's flipped. Now, Sam's and Cheese just opting to stay out. Homer's watching last. Typo in a cheeky spot. Also watching last, and Sam's through Cheese into Saw. And he hears that call. He's going to wrap all the way around. Can he manage to find the kill on Golden? Golden going all the way down. KBN! Ooh.
A great tag team play. And Homer cleans up a couple more with Typo and Wergy. It's just Pere and Trev alive right now. Are they going to sell out for the medic? They will not. They are sitting actually quite far back. Actually, where is Pere? Pere's hiding. Pere's in behind. Okay. Wasn't showing up on my map briefly. But we are seeing Pere go in now. We'll get cleaned up. Really much of an issue there. Conflux doesn't even take any damage. Blue Eyes White Dragon picking up mid now. Yunsu bombing in over the top. Trying to get on the medic. Will get shut down. Yutso has been. Typo has quickly followed. This time Typo backing all the way up to second.
Yep, opting not to try and feed in for that medic. I mean, it's only about 20% Uber disad. They're just going to have to let him, but Trev managed to find the kill onto Brayden. And now the spam out from lobby. Going to do some decent damage to Blue Eyes White Dragon, but Sam pushing through onto Bats. Homer's and Cheese now quite far forward. Triple N just pushing back onto last now.
Even Uber spot. See where the sack comes through to try and get rid of that Uber. Looks like a sentry gun is going to be going up. Pretty standard defense so far. Spotted out and spammed down by both Homer and Stam, the two soldiers on Blue Eyes White Dragon, taking out the gun.
Here comes Homer. Ooh, doesn't
Homer,
manage to find
and Stam all fall. They sack 3 for it, and they only find a single soldier. It's going to be an awkward spot and big pressure on KBN right now to keep Conflux alive. They're banking on a better trade. The exchange comes through. The spawners will start to make their way back to this second point, but KBN trying to retreat, get the demo involved in this fight. And now Stam and Homer are going to be coming in. They're bombing without buffs. They get in on the medic. They find a kill on to Trev. And now Golden will fall as well. Keep Conflux alive. That's the objective for Blue Eyes White Dragon. As there's a scout running straight forward, and that's Wergy who finds the kill. KBN falls as well, but such a scrappy fight. Two players were on 7 and 8 HP. Sam, can he find Yunso? No. Will fall. Both soldiers on second. So hurt. Homer gonna bomb. This is huge. Homer gets sent sky high. Will live, and that's gonna stop them from capping it out. And they'll catch. They catch Trev out. They catch the demo.
I mean, these soldiers,
scrappy fights here
on both sides are doing amazing things. I mean, Typo and Unsu finding Conflux, and as well as Homer and Stam also finding Golden. Back to the even Uber ads with a little skirmish in lobby. Unsu finding KBN, but Homer and Stam picking up Wergy and Pere, both scouts. They're now only 3 up, 2 up, but the Blue Eyes White Dragon is just going to be able to walk in. Amazing deny from Sam onto the bomb. 2, 3. Now, Triple N still on the 3 points, but this is going to be an amazing morale booster for Blue Eyes White Dragon.
So, the Banny config, of course, the way that we play now, something that will always mess with me as a Canadian that played back in the ESCA days, and then was so used to just the 30-minute halves for NA and 30-minute maps. It is Banny config. As the bomb's coming over the top right now, in on Golden. Homer's going to be the first one to fall. Conflux goes down. Yunsu again. Yunsu and Typo keep finding these med picks on mid. And Blue Eyes White Dragon, someone said it in the chat, like, something along the lines of survive mid with their medic challenge. It seems to be impossible right now as every single mid Conflux falls. But a full wipe now for NNN.
Control point is being
Blue Eyes
captured.
White Dragon gonna cap out mid. And with the way that the late kill on Golden came through, it's actually gonna be Uber ad, maybe about 30 ad for Blue Eyes White Dragon should they want to walk into second here. And try and tie this game up.
Blue Eyes White Dragon taking the mid fight. Now pushing onto second. Sam's quite far forward on Hut. Yunsu opting to retreat back to that pack, and Sam's definitely far forward in the bats. Forces off Wergy. KBN finding the pick onto Yunsu. Sam's still alive, spamming Wergy and Golden, taking down to nearly half health. Conflux trying to find that pick with the arrow, and King Big Nuts 2021 finding another kill onto Wergy, and now Triple N on the back foot. Sam's just running in, absolutely no respect, trying to get that. The Uber comes out. They're just stuck in spawn, and now the Uber Cap comes through, but AVG, Unsu and Typo managed to find some amazing damage and amazing bombs. Conflux running away with his life, just on 41 HP, but Stam is unders, trying to find just one kill onto Parade, and he finds two before falling to Unsu yet again. Wergy pistoling down Conflux on mid. Didn't even see that, but now Golden's gonna have a bit of Uber ad here, about 30 now.
Bombs over the top from Homer, trying to get in on the medic. They're selling out again. Trying to find Golden. Golden's just gonna live, and still a full seller. They sell 4 out for the medic. They're unable to find it. But I feel so bad for KBN on that last push. KBN was trying to go for what NNN's done on their last pushes, where they just step on the point and bait cap time. And KBN's standing on the point, but his med's just still beaming him with the Uber. So nothing's happening. And I feel like KBN, like, I've been there, where you're just like, come on, just get the beam off me. Let this flash expire, please.
Now, let's
Sam
watch
on
for
sniper.
Stam in the forward spawn. Just waiting, finds a pick onto Wergy. Wergy is not happy about that. Yes. Looked to opt to go last, but Stam's holding it like a fortress, pulling it back though, and the use comes out from Triple N. Trevor's high, and just Parade getting such good cap time, falls to Homer with a beautiful bomb. Yunsu dies also to Homer, and Sam managed to catch up the demo here. Typo going for something, can't find anything, just Wergy and Golden leaving lower, allowing Blue Eyes White Dragon to capture this second point. Amazing last hold from them.
And that's a big time adjustment from Blue Eyes White Dragon. They noticed that the scout was running straight towards point once again and trying to pressure cap time, and they answered by immediately killing him. They took him out immediately, they cleaned up the rest of the players, and that allowed them to grab second. Now they're trying to see if they can steamroll all the way through mid right now. Good kills, or good damage I should say, on both sides, but Conflux is in a lot of trouble right now. Jumping around, jumps right into Typo. Yunso and Trev did fall, but the cleanup and keeping the med alive is the most important part right now. Sam trying to get in there, trying to find any kills they can. Instead, mid's just going to go the way of Blue Eyes White Dragon. But I don't think Golden's going to be able to walk in. Uber's there now, actually.
Oh yeah, Parade getting a kill onto KBN, but Sam is all the way in kitchen. Can he find a force after his soldiers didn't nearly his entire
finds a
team didn't
Wergy.
manage to find anything? Oh, yep, does find a Wergy. They know he's behind now, but what does he do with this? Stam comes to support him here onto the midpoint. Looks like they're just gonna go for
They're
a
gonna
back
pack that mid.
now. But they've all come back now. Stam getting a little too aggro in kitchen, gets caught up by Parade, and Trev and Typo catching Sam. Now,
Yeah, I mean, that's an awkward spot to be in. I like the idea. It bought them a little bit of time. And if you notice, the Conflux still trying to climb up on that Uber. So really, they were trying to sell out and see if they could stall things to prevent the super from coming through. Instead, it's popped out here from Golden, getting right in towards last Parade, trying to get on point. Doesn't get very much time, so going to be starting to back away and run away. And now the Uber's popped out, forced out. Wergy and Yunso do fall. We're going to see an even Uber situation play out here on last once again. 3 down, though, including a Demo Man. Might allow Blue Eyes White Dragon to grab second. Sam and Campbell starting to cap it out, and they will find it.
We have secured the control point.
Thought for a second that the 3 alive might have had enough spam to delay things and potentially hold second, or at least posture for it, but they did not elect to do so. And now Stam coming in over the top, puts damage in onto Golden. Trevin Yunso fall. Campbell, Sam, and Stam are down. So a 3v3, make that a 2v3. It's 2 scouts and a medic versus KBN and Conflux.
Yep, just Conflux and KBN opting to just leave back onto last for what feels like the 50th time this match. I mean, still on a Benny config, so this might take a while. But unless Triple N can find the last cap right here, Sam up on the NG just to build a gun. And still even Uber ads.
Yeah, I mean, that was, again, they should have sell out, see if you could get the medic, and I don't know, just, they're back on last year, even Ubers. Bombs coming through, Typo distracting, Yunsu coming over the top, this time cleaned up immediately. Did a little bit of damage. Both soldiers falling. And Sam's trying to walk out as engineer. I respect it. I respect the hustle.
Yep, that's fair.
But, yeah, they're just trying to find the right of second. Prey might actually take this Uber here right in lobby, and indeed it will be. Uber exchange coming through. And now, KBN thought for a second he found Trev. Instead, elects to just back up and keep himself alive. Uber was fading.
Oh, no,
a lot of damage there, too, but managed to stay alive. That's the important part again.
So
Keep
they're
your
just
men
gonna
alive.
good spam through the shutter. Homer denying Typo from pushing any further in. Now lower, the sentry goes down from Sam. Switches back to the scout. Still evens, but nobody has Uber. Unsu is flying high in craters. But the push out from shutter, Parade and Typo finding... Oof.
They find Conflux again. They just sell out for the medic, but they get him. Seems to be every time. Sam will find Golden. Sam and Homer got in on it. The sword came out from Trev. So a hectic attempt to salvage works out, and we'll leave Conflux with Uber ad, assuming, and this might sound toxic, but this is a big assumption to make, assuming that Blue Eyes White Dragon can actually keep their medic alive. Because it seems to be something they're struggling with right now on Snakewater. They do find Typo and Parade. The first line, but Wergy is backcapping, and the players are there to support. But no, Wergy gets Conflux anyways. Wergy says, I guess I can't backcap, so I'm just going to shoot the medic.
Insane. Wergy has gotten so many mid kills, so many valuable picks with the soldiers on this map of Snakewater. Definitely very important part of this team. And now Hooray and Yunsu, but Stam is still quite far forward and saw the cap coming out to the side of Triple N. Campbell finding a trap, or maybe just a sticky.
Trap and lower.
Yunsu.
Trap and lower managed to get the kill on Yunsu. So that actually does delay things a little bit. And that's really all you're hoping for, is buying time. And Parade gets a little thirsty trying to go for Campbell. Caught out by Homer. So your exchange is still going to come through. And players trying to get in on the point. Stam from above. Doing a good job delaying, and actually catches Wergy between flashes. And this is terrible for Golden as everybody's falling. It's just the Golden alive. But Yunsu will actually clean it up anyways.
4-2 to Triple N. And the second map goes to Triple N. We have a third map on our hands.
I thought for sure when I saw it was like 4 alive and then Yunsu, who wasn't by his medic, I'm like, this is going to be an easy cleanup right now. Blue Eyes White Dragon are feeling great. They're in the driver's seat. They'll be good. And then the soldier came down at low health and killed 3 people, and I was like, oh, okay, never mind. Guess this is over. And if you're a fan of TF2 and you wanted more TF2 action, it's a good thing that it's over, because we're going to map number 3.
3.
Look at these
now.
odds. 44 kills for Sam.
This man is insane. I mean, I told you over 300 DPM, and he delivers 321, 44, and 23, with Trev following just close behind, just managing to make that 300 DPM mark of 301, the even KD, perfect point 1.0. Now, the soldiers on both Stam and Unsu find themselves on the lower end of the logs, but still very valuable with the space they created and also the mid picks they managed to find. I mean, Conflux dying 22 times throughout this map.
Keep in mind, that is 11 times more than Conflux died in process.
Yes, 11
Conflux
times.
died twice on process. And died 22 times here on Snakewater with 2 drops.
I mean,
I don't know what Blue Eyes White Dragon were doing when it came to just dealing with people pressuring their medic. It felt like they just forgot. It felt like they got frag happy and forgot that, wait a second, I need to keep my med alive. They did such a strong job of that on process, and it completely vanished from their game. I mean, obviously, nice adjustment by NNN and realizing that they got to get aggressive and get back in there. But I don't know, man. I don't know how you can look at this and say, you know, I said Blue Eyes 2-1. My prediction's still on that front. But, like, I don't know how you can look at the way that Blue Eyes White Dragon attempted to protect their medic on Snakewater and feel good about this getting to a cough map.
Yeah, now on Clearcut, triple N's pick here, but let's just go to a break before we come. But before we go, I'm hoping you go to Land Down Under. The capacity has recently been extended. More tickets now on sale. Get your tickets now. Like, oh, nope.
Oh yeah, Land Down Under. I am so disappointed that it lies in the middle of baseball season, and as a baseball commentator, they don't tend to like it when I fly to Australia randomly in the middle of baseball season.
They don't
work certain games just to go to a TF2 LAN. It sucks. I would be there. I will be there in spirit. I'll emotionally be there supporting CappingTV for Land Down Under. But man, that's always exciting. I'm so glad to see TF2 LANs. The fact that there's a North American LAN as well this year, like, it's nice to see a bit of a resurgence for TF2 LANs. Not that Land Down Under's ever been a resurgence. It's just been a consistent great thing here. Yeah, I just, you know, much love for the work that Mitch and crew at CappingTV do. I see that Mitch has updated my background. I've got the lovely Clearcut background now.
It's amazing.
And speaking of lovely Clearcut and the background conversation that we've been having, we're done with that because we're into the map itself. It's a third and final do or die, literally do or die season on the line for both of these teams. Who will stay alive and who will be eliminated? We'll find that out here as we are underway on Clearcut. Bombs over the top. Campbell falls immediately. Conflux in trouble, and it is 4 quick kills. Make that 5. It's just Stam trying to salvage a medic, and Stam unable to do so. A full wipe, no kills. NNN are rolling.
This map is where I saw one of the most beautiful plays of an amazing fourhold by Triple N, and this map just can show the raw DM that Triple N has. The question is, can Blue Eyes White Dragon manage to get that DM and just overcome it, but it looks at the used come of the soldier on Unsu. Sam trying to find his way out, but Unsu has already claimed Homer and Campbell. Now back onto just a regular hold. Trapping up stairs and a little fence on the hut. Now Blue Eyes White Dragon trickles in as Homer fade bombs onto nearly another second fight.
Great damage on Trev. Sam will actually clean that up. They drop KBN and Conflux again. Conflux is just the first casualty in all these fights. This time with 98% Uber.
Yeah, I mean,
Smelling out, trying to find gold, and they're unable to do so. Just quite yet. Campbell's there, trying to throw a sticky over the top, but instead will try and escape with their lives, and Wergy cleans up Campbell with ease.
Yeah, Typo and Ninsu looking like yin and yang right now. They are locked in, coordinated with a absolutely nearly in sync bomb onto Conflux. He had no chance of surviving that. And it's the full Uber ad to the side of Triple N. It's 1 minute 30 down on the clock. They've got to try and make a play. I mean, that sub 1 minute is pretty dire, and here comes Stam. Look at it, but it's a hut hold. Homer doesn't manage to find anything. Wergy and Trev managed to catch out Stam and Homer, but Sam cleaning up Wergy and Trev, finding the trade onto Sam. I mean, Golden's now has evens, but the player advantage still non-existent. Wergy is still dead, sorry, a 6v5 if they take it right now, which looks like they aren't. So another pretty even fight. 50 seconds left on the clock for Triple N. And the opting to take a use through hut. Golden milking this until the last second and using a double scout, and Pere is walking forward. Can't find anything with those traps on the hut, on the roof there. Now even as Stam goes behind, but ABG, Unsu and Typo still locked in, finding some absolutely very valuable kills or damage with Pere cleaning up Homer, Stam, and KBN.
And Conflux just broke like one of the big like quasi rules of TF2, it feels like, and it worked out. Usually when you're bombed, you're supposed to go towards your teammates, not away. But the teammates finally came around, managed to juke for just long enough that the support was there, and this time they kept the medic alive. Is this a sign of things to come? We'll find out as Homer gets cleaned up. Wergy taken out as well. And actually now down goes Pere, so no scouts on Triple N. As Blue Eyes White Dragon cap the point out, and they start to churn their time down. But 3 minutes to 0, and well, I guess 2:50 now, is where the clock stands. So dire straits in this round. They need to be pretty much flawless, and it's going to come from keeping Conflux alive. Typo the first one to fall. Good cap time already on for Triple N as the Uber exchange comes through. KBN trying to find any of these kills. The Uber starts to fade. Yunso in a lot of trouble. Wergy in behind, right on Conflux. Nobody's looking at Wergy. Someone please turn around, see that your medic is in trouble. Finally they do. Wergy goes down. The kill from Sam. And Sam might actually get Typo as well. Typo I thought was going to get Campbell there. Still manages to find these kills. So this is working out again for Blue Eyes White Dragon. Pere in a lot of trouble. KBN will finish them off. Sam falls to Yunsu as the brawl still goes on, but the time keeps slipping away, ticking away, down to 1:45 as the kills still go the way of Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Yeah, it's just been an amazing hold, managing to fend off Triple N for nearly a whole minute 30 here, but still another fight coming out. Just the cap time slowly inching its way with the Via, Pere, and Wergy, and across the Uber trade comes through. Unsu waiting, biding his time into Red Hut. Stam finding the kill onto Wergy. Unsu bombs trying to get out Stam in their valley. So he managed to live, but the cap time is so good. Homer bombs onto Golden. Can he find anything? No, he can't. Just able to get out. And Pere finding a kill onto Conflux. It's just Homer and KBN living the dream, living alive. Can they get this first round? No, they can't. Triple N managing to find 1-0.
Hey, you know what? Sign of life there in the end for Blue Eyes White Dragon. Like, they struggled to keep Conflux alive through the first half of that, and then they started to be able to do so. Some of it was getting admittedly a little lucky, but the fact that they managed to get some cap, turn some time down, makes you feel better coming into this second round. Makes you feel like maybe they figured out how this is going to work. We'll see if it carries through as they get started on this fight. Homer over the top lands on Wergy's face. Now a double bomb comes through. Conflux will die. That's just an easy crater coming through. But the cleanup so far there from both sides. Health a little bit better on the scouts for Blue Eyes White Dragon. But Parade's going to one-shot Sam, and that's going to be the round. Or the fight, I should say. First brawl goes the way of NNN on some meat shots from Parade. And the clock starts ticking down for Team Red.
We have captured the control point.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Doc, come on, man.
Typo takes some good damage here on the early engagement as Blue Eyes White Dragon try to find their way back in. KBN so low as is Stam, but Stam finds Wergy with a nice rocket. The scout pick for Soldier is a trade you'll take every day of the week, but KBN dies to a pipe from Trev.
A beautiful pipe that was. Now, still triple in, holding this mid. But Blue Eyes White Dragon slowly inching up. But it's still even Ubers. Not managing to find any bombs. Not any damage that they can pull off, but here comes the trade through to KBN. Oh, Golden waiting just as long as he can to push back through, and Conflux is trapped out, but he manages to barely stay alive. No, he does not. Parade finding a beautiful kill, but Golden, Stam and Homer with a 3k into Golden, Trev and Parade, cleaning up this round.
Oh,
It's just
Campbell.
Unsu.
Campbell's stickies there swung that fight and saved that fight. Sam was struggling a little bit with Wergy. There were still the two soldiers, but Campbell managing to get the scout and soldier with a couple stickies. But the same sticky, I should say. Huge. And now the cap starts to come in. A minute 22 was churned off the clock by NNN. They've got 138 left as Blue Eyes White Dragon finally grabbed the point. We've got slight Uber ad here, which means they got to keep Conflux alive. It's been a struggle. And Typo's in behind. Are they aware of it? The bomb's over the top. Yunso there. The demo's coming in too. It's a 4-man sack. And they do find Conflux. So vintage King of the Hill. 4-man sacks get the job done. Golden lives unscathed. And NNN lets only about 45 seconds churn off the clock. 45 exactly. And they get the timer back in their favor. And it's full Uber ad now for NNN. Pressure in again. Once again, Conflux in a lot of trouble. Will get cleaned up, as does KBN. Typo and Yunsu just wreaking havoc in the back lines here.
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
So wrapping up the cap on this point, or the hold on this point, I should say, has 50 seconds now. Just how far away NNN is from claiming the second round of this game. Pressure trying to come through. Blue Eyes White Dragon. Can they find a way to break this hold? Can they find a way to get back on the point? Starts the cap. Or will their season come to an end this way? Conflux down again. Trev getting it with a nice debt. And the full sellout for the Meds got to come through. But they have not been able to get in really on Golden. Good serve. And a great job of keeping the medic alive. Sam trying to get in there. Trying to find Golden. Sam can't do it either. Parade on a 6K. And a brick wall coming in from NNN. It'll be a last-ditch sellout here, an attempt to get in, attempt to find absolutely anything that they can. As Uber comes through, Campbell bombs to the point, taken out. No one can get there in a second round the way of NNN. So just like that, Blue Eyes White Dragon not even really showing much in the way of life here on Clearcut.
Yes, Triple in with an absolute beautiful dominance over the DM. And just now onto the final round. They've got to find something. They've got to hang out to their last straws. Otherwise, their run will be over.
Bombs over the top right now. Typo in on Conflux. They are all looking at it. And of course, Yunso just snuck in behind, landed on the medic, found the kill. Golden is still alive. It's Golden and Pere. And Golden's going to start to try and run away. But Stam might not have anything to say about that. Oh, a great crossbow into the face of Stam. Did good damage. And that meant that Golden got to stay alive. And now Stam's jumping into Pere, who gets pistoled down. Back-to-back pistol kills from Pere. A 5K in that fight. Have yourself a day, Pere. After all the praise that we sung Sam, Pere is just going on a roll here.
Now the Cap going back over to Triple N. But Campbell coming in with maybe a 4-man sack, just trying to find the mid, who's currently bunkered down in hut. But Wergy and Typo killing Homer and Stam and Campbell, just not finding anything. Back to the drawing board. 2 minutes 30 seconds left on the clock for Triple N.
Yeah, this is feeling like a map that is just an absolute nightmare for Blue Eyes White Dragon, especially with how well, again, Process started. They were dominant on that map. They were consistent. They were relentless. They were aggressive. They kept their meta alive. And now it's all crumbling away from them. Is the moment getting to them? Is the real question. 2 minutes left on the clock for NNN. Yet to be a cap in this round for Blue Eyes White Dragon as they're starting to pressure around and starting to brawl out around this point. KBN, the first casualty. That's actually going to pull, due to the health, a lot of people back. Conflux now starting to go forward with Sam, taking the solo Uber. Can they get the force out of Golden? Indeed, they do. And Sam's just going to go deep there, trying to find more kills as Conflux tries to retreat to his team and instead finds the sweet embrace of a rocket from Typo. Kills again, going the way of NNN. It's Sam, Stam, and Homer, and they do actually sell out. Sam finds Golden. Well, finally, they get the med pick that they've been so desperate to find. And Sam will actually be able to cap this out. I thought that was going for sure the way of NNN. But again, the first time being around that point, and just over 1:45 churned off by NNN before Blue Eyes White Dragon even get to cap it.
Yeah, now back to nearly even Ubers, but Pere finding the kill onto KB and now dominating him in the shoulder sack from Unsu. Conflux is high and Wergy manages to clean it up. It's beautiful. Stam and Homer finding 2-3 kills, but Wergy getting another trade back onto Sam. And Stam manages to find Golden out. Just Wergy alone on this mid, gets the pick onto Stam. He's going back in. He is not afraid of Campbell.
Yeah, spawners are starting to trickle in for blue, but the trades, of course, once you've got the point capped, favor the team that doesn't have it capped. So all of the reinforcements from NNN are already here. They're already on the point. They've got good cap time. They're trying to find some pressure in. They're just going to step on it. They're going to let them cap? Surely not. And now finally players are stepping on it. And actually they do let it flip. Bit of an interesting decision as Wergy and Typo go down. Conflux lives.
Control point is being captured.
I mean, yeah, they just denied Wergy and Typo from that respawn because they were all so low. It's been a bit of a miscommunication, and now Blue Eyes White Dragon back into the cap. 1:50 on the time of 58 seconds for Triple N. Now the reflight comes out. They are on a little bit of an Uber disad, but they should manage to grind this out just before they get into the fight here. Soldier rockets being traded across the point. Now the trade comes through here. Campbell,
A lot of flashes coming in. Blue Eyes White Dragon having to take a lot worse Uber out of it, but at least keeping their players alive. And can they keep Conflux alive in the post? Of course they cannot. Typo again. And great follow-up from NNN. Just Sam alive. Sam trying to find anything and just finds death.
Just a full wipe from Triple N, and now looks like pretty even times. We now start trickling down. We're in the final nearly 2 minutes of this match. It's do or die for both of those teams. Which team is going to find it? Triple N does have this point and the Uber advantage, so it's going to take an absolute miracle from Blue Eyes White Dragon to keep holding on and staying alive.
Put the pressure on the point early. Seeing if they can find anything, seeing if they can pressure anybody away. Homer bombing over the top, lands right on the medic, gets a big force out. And now Conflux, though, misses a jump and then dies to a sticky. The execution on the early half was right, but Conflux just missed a jump. And then because of that was a free kill. The medic falls apart. 8 seconds left. 2 players are in behind. The full sellout coming in from Blue Eyes White Dragon. Trying to get in, trying to find these kills. They do good damage. Can they find anything? They cannot. And that is the end of Blue Eyes White Dragon's season. It all falls apart in a haranguing on Clearcut by NNN. Just absolutely dominant performance. And NNN steal the series, it feels like. I mean, they earned it, I should say. But, like, the way that Process went, no one would have seen this coming. Anyone after Process was like, okay, the series is over. It's going to be a 2-0, whatever. NNN, the resilience and a bit of a crumble coming in from Blue Eyes White Dragon. And NNN advanced to the next stage of ozfortress Prem playoffs as gone are Blue Eyes White Dragon. The heroics of Sam couldn't get the job done here as Pere was insane. 425 DPM on Pere, 34, 15, and 7. Wow. What a showing from Pere.
Absolutely insane. 425 damage per minute. Just absolutely insane.
So that, I believe, is the end of the Prem coverage for this week at CappingTV. Not the end of TF2 coverage. Don't forget that part. Because obviously Mitch would kill me if I didn't point out what we have coming up. Friday, 8 p.m. AEST on CappingTV will be the grand final of, I believe this is Open. Hopefully Mitch can confirm that for me. That is what is Open grand final. It is. I pay a little bit of attention sometimes. Evidently, I paid just enough. So yeah, Open grand final. Funny people versus 6 reasons not to play TF2. Elite
Funny
team name.
We're gonna win. Funny people are gonna win. I'm just saying that.
Just because you say that, I have to say that they aren't gonna win.
Well, I am on funny people, so I kind of have to root for my own team.
I gotta say you're gonna lose then. That's the rule. You know, you pick one team, I gotta pick the other team. Sorry. And I mean, 6 reasons not to play TF2, kind of an elite team name. Like I like that. I'm on board with that. That's just it tickles the right side of my sense of humor. The slightly morbid one about playing TF2. So that's the last thing that we have on the docket for this week. That doesn't mean that we're done here at CappingTV. There's going to be more ozfortress Prem playoff action that will be coming down the pipe here live on CappingTV. I might be here again. I don't know. I mean, it is 5:43 in the morning. I'm a little tired. I think you can see the bags under my eyes here on stream. But someone will be here on CappingTV. And if you don't want to just watch games online this playoff action, there is, of course, Land Down Under. Tickets are on sale July 19th and 20th in Melbourne. Go. Enjoy it. It's a great event. Mitch does a brilliant job. This is what, year 5, Mitch? Maybe? 5th edition. The 5th Land Down Under. And when it's 5, you got to go a little bit bigger. You got to go a little bit better. So Mitch is going to have some stuff in his back pocket that is, I'm sure, a little bit bigger, a little bit better. And you better be a part of that. That's all I'm saying. I'm not making promises. Don't hold me liable if there isn't, but like, go support this event. How can you not? Anyways, since it is 5:45 in the morning and my co-commentator a little bit had to run and quite legitimately just disconnected. That's why you haven't heard them talking since the game ended. I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight, this morning, this evening. I guess evening for most of you guys because it's Australia. So, thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed this coverage. I'm glad to be back casting TF2. Broke first time in 2 years that I did it the other night, and scratching that itch again here live on CappingTV. So have a great evening, everyone. I want to give a big shout out just right before I go here to Mitch, and of course my longtime co-commentator at CappingTV, Justin Lutz, aka Cyberwaste. Shout out to him. Hope you all have a fantastic evening, and for those that remember, drive safe.